Dr. Lyons-Weiler, you've created a journal, which you mentioned in today's opening remarks, and that journal was cited during Secretary Kennedy's confirmation hearing. How have you gone about the creation of that journal? How have you maintained a level of scientific integrity to ensure that dissenting ideas don't get retracted?
I'm a benevolent dictator. Don't you know that already? No, seriously, the way that scientists handle controversy during the peer review is really interesting. If Brian submits a paper to my journal, there'll be 2 or 3 reviewers that look at it. They might agree or disagree, but then they give him feedback. And it's his job to update the paper at that time and give feedback. If the reviewers miss something, that's on us. I'm the editor-in-chief. That's not on him. With the, hey, you didn't say that this was exemption from the IRB, the Institutional Review Board, for those who don't know it, versus approved, that's on the journal. That's not on the Mark. They should have caught that during peer review. Okay, so my journal is open access. It's not yet PubMed listed. One day it will be. It's independent. I have advertisement there for nonprofits, which we give away. So if you have a nonprofit, send an 800 by 800 pixel. We'll drive traffic to you. But the specific difference between our journal and COPE qualified journals is that in our instructions to authors, we specifically state we do not retract for differences of opinion or interpretation. There's lots of ways, but the most important thing, if we're going to fix science in this area, is discourse, talking to each other, unfettered conversations. And I remember when Clubhouse came about, the tyrants found out that people were talking about things about academia and so on, and they're having unfettered conversations over there. Somebody put that on Twitter. I'm like, yeah? Okay, everybody, heads up, fetter your conversations. It's time to fetter them. Have you ever had a fettered conversation? I don't even know what that is. So our language does not anticipate tyranny. If you think about it, it's a beautiful thing. You can't fetter a conversation. It doesn't work. So what I want to say is that our journal, Science, Public Health Policy, and the Law, yeah, we charge a fee for publication. I have an editorial staff to pay them and all the rest. But we're in it to make sure that knowledge is disseminated, and that's it. Okay, so all of science, all of clinical research, all of public health can publish there. And I'd like to see people in law do more legal analyses and publish academic treatises and like legal presses and things like that. But everyone's afraid. Everyone's afraid that they're not going to get that job. It's horrible in legal publishing. All of the legal journals are conforming to the narrative of the day at the same time, because all legal eagles are looking down the career path as well.
Well, maybe I'll just add, throughout this whole session, we've been talking about ways that we could increase transparency, find ways to provide consequences for people who do these things that are clearly wrong. Appropriate punishment and all of these layers. And so as an economist, you think about costs and benefits or risk versus benefit in the medical field. And so one is we're increasing the cost of doing bad behavior. But I also wonder if in our society we can think about how to bring truth and virtue just up a little bit higher on our hierarchies. And as an economist, I'll say one last thing. Adam Smith said that a market-oriented economy like we have, a prerequisite is that we have some moral character in our base. And without it, the economy won't work very well. It will become very inefficient.